Hello and welcome back to another Project Diablo 2 video. I am Kordesh, and today this is a follow-up video to the last video about the 8-man party that achieved the 99 first softcore group. So let's get into it. What we're seeing right now is the Twitch stream for twitch.tv/IamTheAntiNoob. He is one of the people that ran in the 8-man party, so feel free to check him out. I'm going to have a link in the description. So big shout out to him. I'd also like to give a big shout out to Hi, I'm Dave. He actually reached out after I posted the last video, and he was super helpful, super friendly, and we kind of did an ad hoc question and answer session. And so we're just going to kind of go over some of the questions that I had, and he graciously answered them. So let's go ahead and get on into it. So the first question I asked him was, did you learn anything new, or was there something that pleasantly surprised you on this journey? He responded, we always ran elemental comps because we thought getting the gear from physical would be way over budget for what we normally invest on day 1 or day 2. But shockingly, you can run physical comps on almost no gear with a good synergy of auras and summons to body block for you. The only real requirement for power was when Zons would transition to multi-shot, also known as having a good bow. Alright, so the next question was there any big mistakes you feel that set the group back? And the answer was, well, we wasted several hours respecing to do tier 4s and should have just stayed in tier 3s with the +1 area map corruption. As physical tier 4s with the new mobs and mechanics of how mobs are allocated to maps for tier 4s was very punishing and different than prior season. It also was not in the beta, so we really had no way to anticipate for this. And they lost about 5 to 6 hours overall on that or more due to a few deaths in tier 4s trying to force it. Alright, so the next question. Who came up with the character naming convention? And the answer is, hi, I'm Dave did this time. We had a few ideas and voted, and this was the idea that won. Last season, we all had him, H-I-I-M, on the front of our names. Next season, if we push 99 again, it'll be something different too. Do you plan on going for it again next season? With the response, depends. I personally may not if there's not any meta shakeup as far as builds, balance changes, etc. I was aiming to play Arctic Blast Druid this time, but the developers gutted it at the last minute of the beta by 90% of its damage, so we did physical this time, as it was new to us as we always did elemental comps. I think a lot of us are in the same camp now that unless there's at least 1 or 2 new builds that are viable for trying a new comp, we may just sit the next one out, sort of like we did in Season 3. Would you mind outlining the elemental comp that you usually run as a 5-man or an 8-man? With the response. Our Ellie comps have evolved a bit since Season 1 to 5, but typically it's either Lightning or Tri-Ellie leaning Lightning. 3 pallies for Conviction, Salvation, and a Resist aura with whatever is the element that we're focusing on, so Resist Lightning for the Lightning damage comps, with 1 to 2 Javazons, a Curse Necro, a Battle Order's Barbarian, and then filler of either Cold Fire Zon, Fire Druid, more Javazons, or whatever is available. Last season, we did only 2 pallies, Vengeance with Conviction and Fist of Heavens with Salvation, and ran more Merc auras for the Resist ones. In earlier seasons, we'd run Ordinance, Dream with Haj and Dragon, before Senpai nerfed the triple dipping on Salve, Resist Fire, Lightning, and the Holy Auras. And the next question, did you end up doing any T4 dungeons, or was this mostly just grinding tier 3s? With the response. Normally we do tier 4s at 98 and it's the most efficient way. However, this season we knew area level +1 and +2 may shake that up, but there was an unknown shakeup as well. In the beta, Senpai did not include the monsters that were new in tier 4s or how they were generated. In the beta, it was the same as last season, so we felt okay with Fizz Comp doing them in testing, but when we got there, suddenly you could roll up to 4 of your 7 mobs being 180 Fizz immune, and there was the new Putrid mobs, which were very, very annoying and tanky. When we asked him about it on our first night of dungeons while streaming, he admitted it was left out of a beta as a surprise, but really it just kind of made tier 4s not worth it versus area level +1 or +2 with tier 3 maps now. They were much safer. The group was basically immortal in tier 3s at level 98, so it gave just as much, if not more, experience per hour depending on how your mob type rolls in the tier 4s, and they were much less taxing on the brain. Question, is this your usual playgroup of friends, or did you recruit specifically for this ladder push? The answer, our group is probably 5 or so static with different folks coming in and out each time depending on who wants to push / is available. But we probably have 10 or 11 or so that all play with us, and if not pushing, are around doing Ubers, Declone, Rathma, farming, etc. and such. In rare form, our Discord, where we do the day 1 reset, had 3 full groups, which was unheard of since like Season 2. Question, As someone very familiar with the 99 grind, if you could change anything specifically about Project Diablo 2, be it character balance, skills, etc., what would it be? The answer: all ancient quests should be required to be completed to enter maps. I hate having to save them for the flat experience. I'd rather just play. So that was the first thing that they mentioned was the change to the ancient quest. They did also list a couple other things. Specifically, tier 4s need to be made relevant again. I originally thought the notion of area level mods would kill them as being a bit doomish of an outlook, but after playing them, especially with the new way monsters get allocated or are statted, I'm never going into a T4 again. Beyond those two explicit things, I feel the mod is in a great spot overall. Maybe just needs some new builds made viable next season to shake it up a bit, but otherwise it's been very enjoyable. All right, so that's it for all the questions that I had and the answers. If you have any questions, feel free to post down in the comments down below. I'm sure Hi, I'm Dave will probably reach out. He might comment on the video, or you can reach him through the PD2 Discord. Yeah, awesome. Really appreciate him reaching out like that. And sorry I took this long to make the video, but yeah. Again, the Twitch stream, I am the Anti-Noob. That's going to be the description as well. You can look at all these VODs. I've been running it while I've been doing the Q&A. And I'll see you next time.